bring you guidance and words of wisdom and whatever they want to do. And then I will start asking her spirit your questions. Sounds good?
So
So
I've made you co-host so you
I
can
see
report.
that, and I also admitted people in. We're going to keep everybody muted.
Yeah. And I was
I'll do
saying,
that.
and everyone on camera, I was saying as
Yeah.
well. So,
Why we ask you to be on camera is because it builds up the energy for spirit. It's going to be a beautiful session. And then at the end, when we're done with the questions, I'll ask spirit for their final words. We'll give Samantha a few minutes to come back to this reality. And then you guys can ask her any questions you want. Hey, John, if you could turn your camera on, that'd be great. We appreciate it. So we keep the energy nice and strong for spirit.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go in
Yeah.
as I say it. Okay.
Enjoy yourself, Sam. We'll see you at the other side.
Okay.
John, could you please turn your camera on? Welcome, Spirit. It's an honor to have you with us tonight.
We are honored to be here with you in this moment in time. For this moment in time is of such importance right now for so many here. We have come to understand that there is a lot of difficulty in your world with understanding how this change that is upon you all must play out. This confusion is coming from the place of not being in connection with your true self and simply living in the illusion of who you believe yourselves to be. For there is so much to change now. Do you feel this in your souls as you refer to it? For this vibration is shifting and changing you, ensuring that you play your part in the choices that were made before you came to this. What would you ask of us?
Thank you for those beautiful words, Spirit. I think I speak on behalf of all of us. We understand what you're saying, but why do we find such difficulty in trusting and believing that while we're in physical form?
Because you have spent many lives in this program, in this space of believing everything that is thought must be so. The mind is a powerful tool, and it has been used against you, not just in this lifetime, but in many lifetimes before. So when you are experiencing resistance to the challenges, the shifts, and the changes that are going on in your lives and in this world, there is this button, if you like, that you have learned to press. And we would write the label on that button as fear, for you are so afraid at times to step into what does not feel familiar, and instead remain in the space of fear, because fear is what you understand. This is where this comes from. Does that help?
Yes, it does. Beautiful answer. Before we begin with the other questions, could we ask who we are communicating with? Would you care to share that with us?
I'm Marcus. I have worked with this one in the capacity of a healer for much time, in this life and in others. For this is our path together.
Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. It's an honor. We have a question. One of our beautiful souls here would like to know, how does she release the baggage and burdens of other people's judgment?
Why would one look to the externals and the beliefs of another as a reason to justify their own behavior? Our advice would be to understand that it is not about the other person's beliefs or judgments. It is about the ones you choose to place upon yourself. This is a time where you must stop using the excuses of the mind in order to give it the space to control you, and understand that the only thing that is truly real and that exists in your life is the moment you are in, and that moment of emotion and belief. If you believe that you are in a place where you deserve to be judged cruelly, then so shall it be, for that is your choosing. However, we wish to bring forward that there is a need to understand that you are simply choosing to use this belief, we say excuse here, as a permission to not do the work that you came here to do because it scares the mind. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Spirit.
It is not about what other people think about you at all. It is simply about what you think about yourself. You expect others to have those beliefs, but it is simply not true. For they too are playing their role in your path in the way that you are asking them to, in order to break you from the bonds of the mind. Does that help?
Very much so, Spirit. Thank you. We have another question for you. Can you speak about the energies of the earth at this time? How is the best way to support our physical, emotional, and mental bodies through what feels like very quick shifts?
There is a need to rest. And there is a need to understand that the earth is adjusting itself to the new vibrations that are coming in. You must recognize that there is no need for you to worry about the earth itself, for the earth takes care of itself always. But you must understand that you are part of the earth. You carry the earth vibration within you. So when the earth gets sick, you get sick. So therefore there is massive healing and shifting coming through you and from the earth, through you. So in order to feel well in this world, there is a need to understand that your physical body must change itself as well within its cell vibration in order to carry through the energy of the earth as well as the other energies and beings that connect with you. It is simply that you must allow the body the space and time to connect and breathe and understand the energy of the earth that is flowing through you. You are not purely of spirit, if you like. You are also of the earth vibration. Otherwise, you would not be able to connect here and be in the earth vibration. That is part of the agreement when you come here, is to carry the earth vibration. So therefore, each and every one of you are here in order to bring through the healing from the earth. But the earth energy is being drawn up and out from the earth. It is not coming down into and into the earth. It is actually you removing the energy from the earth and transcending it up into the heavens, you refer to it, in order to receive the healing that it needs, the shift, the release. Does that help?
Yes, Spirit. Very much so. May I ask now, who are we communicating with, Spirit?
I am Isaac.
Welcome, Isaac. Isaac, how do you see sound, frequencies, and color in healing moving forward?
Sound is purely a representation of the vibration that you are able to hear. You understand? So therefore, it is simply another way to get the vibrations to shift through all of the senses of all of the beings. It is about bringing through this energy. This sound vibration moves through the body, shifting through the cells and releasing what is being held on to at the mind level. Therefore, this sound you speak of does serve huge purpose. For when we are aware of you, we see you as being so plugged into the mental state in terms of thinking that the use of the sound is the way to switch off the mental state from thinking, for it simply focuses you on the vibration. So whilst you may believe you are listening to the sound, you are simply absorbing the sound. Does that help? You asked about color. Color is also a similar. It is a changing of the frequency that flows within you and through you. And this one in front of you, this one who we communicate through, uses and works with the color spectrum herself. But the color is simply an indicator of the level of the vibration that is moving through the people that she works with. And it will be the same for you as well. Does that help?
Very much so, Spirit. Beautiful answer. Another question for you. How do we overcome unworthiness to move forward in one's spiritual purpose?
You must understand that there is no one purpose. As in, you all have the purpose, the same purpose, and that purpose is purely to heal and be the love that is required through these times. Therefore, there is no need to feel any fear around it or any fear around accepting this purpose. For this purpose energy is simply love, and love may show and shine through you in so many ways, in fact, in all ways possible. When we believe that we are limited, we become limited. Do you understand?
Yes, I like that.
We
About
are.
being limited. I like that.
We are simply observing you clinging on to old identities. And again, the identities are the product of the mind.
Hmm. So now, do we all have a different vibration? And if so, how do we find our own vibration?
Your vibration is at essence the same. We are all one. However, the experiences and those thoughts, those feelings that have passed through you are altering the vibration by placing a barrier of a different vibration over your truest form so that you do not recognize how powerful you are, as it were, that you are in fact part of the creator vibration. So therefore, on one hand, the answer to your question is everyone is of the same vibration. However, we can also say that you are all different in your vibration because your path of purpose is to release the vibration that is not a match for the energy of the whole, the one, the divine.
Hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
For
that's a
it is as if there is a struggle within you too in connection to the releasing of those vibrations. Is this true? Do you all know this?
— — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — — —
You are doing much better than you might have yourself believe. What would you ask of us?
Beautiful answer, Spirit. Here's a question from the heart. How do we truly forgive ourselves for past misdemeanors?
There is this real need for you to understand that nothing has ever occurred in your lives that was not meant to happen. And that you have simply chosen all of these experiences to form yourself in terms of the work, the need, the desire that you have to experience things. And that all of these things that you wish to desire actually serve the purpose of healing and releasing and clearing the energetic vibration on this planet and within yourselves that does not belong here anymore. You understand? So there is a need to lose this mindset. We call it self-punishment. There is this self-punishment vibration where the mind would have you believe that you are doing things wrong or doing things that are, shall we say, negative. But the truth is that you are in agreement with the others that have been in those experiences with you. And you have agreed before you came here to set the stage, set the scene for you to do this, for you to go through an experience which, in fact, no matter how harsh it may appear on the outside, is actually completely of divine engineering in order to assist in the release of what needs to be let go of. So, if you feel you are holding on to negative emotion attached to past experience, that is the choice of the mind. That is nothing to do with your soul and your self vibration. It is purely a choosing in order to entrap you deeper into your mind vibration. If you are experiencing this, there is a need to return to self. There is a need to go within and understand that you are simply plugged into the illusion that something is wrong. Does that help?
Mm-hmm. Very much so, Spirit. I have a question, Spirit. We're all connected to our higher self. We are the consciousness of our higher self. Why is it so difficult for so many in this world to truly accept that and focus on that?
Because they are so locked into the mental state. What you must understand is, as part of you losing the mental state yourself, there is a need to lose the need for others to have an acceptance of what is, and allow them the space and time to be within their own illusion. For in fact, their own illusion serves the purpose as well. For they too must take a path, a journey. No one really does come here fully awake and alert, as it were, to the truth. There must always be a release of what has been in order to step into the fullness of the true vibration. So therefore, there is a need to understand that they are simply fulfilling their own role and their own path in which they choose to be. For some, of course, yes, there is what is referred to as resistance to this movement, this shift into the new energy that you call it. We laugh about it being referred to as the new energy, for it is in fact the old energy. You are actually forming the old world, not the new world. But the human mind would never have accepted that, pure. It is the old vibration beyond the old memory of the vibration. So it is simply that those who do not accept it, they are choosing not to take the path easily. Let's call it that today. They are choosing not to walk the path easily, but instead to walk the path in its hardest form and its most challenging form, because they are asking for a greater challenge to break them into this new vibration. And by break, what we mean is break the kind of metal layer as we see it around the heart vibration, the soul vibration that is holding them in the mental space. Do you understand?
I do. I do. basically, then we just accept everyone on their journey and their own timing, and we just continue to speak our truth, knowing that we are assisting them on a subconscious level to help them with their own growth.
Yes. Lose the need for other people to be a certain way. You do not need to seek acceptance.
Hmm. I agree with that. It's not acceptance, it's feeling as if, are we doing enough to teach them, to help them learn? But I understand what you're saying. Everyone learns at their own pace, and we just keep doing what we're doing and trust in spirit.
Understand that when you are bringing through your team, you are bringing through not just the words, but their vibration, their
Mhm.
healing energy, their shifts and change. So, therefore, when you speak them into this space, you are acting as a channel for their healing energy and their work to take place. We would advise you to lose the feeling of responsibility that you have, for this will block you, for that comes from what we refer to as the ego state, the mind state. Instead, simply focus on showing in your space as much as you can when the opportunity is given to bring them through. For they themselves, your team, as with this one, are engineering and creating the moments that they need in divine timing. And therefore, although we sit here and we speak to few of you, our words are being heard across the whole of this earth right now. And somewhere there are those who are at a subconscious level picking up on the vibration of the words we carry through. It is not just those who come here who listen. It is the souls of all who listen, because we are all one. See it as a dormitory where everyone is sleeping. And although there are, say, two of you at the end of the room engaging in a conversation, the others in the space are still listening, but they are still listening at their subconscious layer. So they still pick up the words that were said in the room, even though they were not aware they were in the room. Does that help?
It does, very much so. Very wise, Spirit. I appreciate it. My human curiosity, I'm realizing this is not Jacob anymore. It's somebody new that we're communicating with.
My name is Michael.
Michael, is an honor. We have another question for you. Will the higher beings soon make themselves visible to the rest of the world?
They have been showing their faces for many years, as you seem to be obsessed with faces as a community, where we will use that word today. It is about communication, it is about word, and it is about sound. The sounds of others have been projected onto this earth for many, many years already, and those sounds are being heard. Those sounds are being heard by those who have tried to contain those sounds. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it
What you
does.
are going to see now is an awakening of those who feel a sense of responsibility for ensuring that others hear those words, hear those sounds. And there will be what you call the leaking of recordings of these sounds. And that is how this will come to be. But there is also this need to understand that there are many, many beings who walk among you and within you. For you are simply a, what does this one say? You are physical suit. We like that term. You are physical suit. And in fact, you are often being worn by many. So often the voices are already coming through, but there are also those who have been produced here, as it were, as in there has been a blending of the DNA already, and those are already here, and they have been here for some time. Does that help?
Yes. Beautiful message. We have another question. This young lady would like to know, can she and should she do anything to assist with healing a troubled relationship between two people, both of whom are very dear to her?
There is a need to let go of the need to be involved. There is a need again to understand that they are on their own path of discovery and release. There is a need for them to recognize the parts of each other that remain in each other that are of conflict to each other's growth, as you call it. We would call it release. There is a need to understand that there is this real need to lose the focus on the struggle and instead focus on the love that lies within. Not only these people that you speak about, but on the one who is speaking of concern about them. There is a need to understand that if you wish to see love in others and to be shared between others, you must simply focus on the love that flows within. When you change your vision of them, they too may have the opportunity to change their own vision on them. So the best way that you can make a difference in other people's paths is to bring love through into the time and space that you share, in the hope that that love within you acts as a healing naturally rather than words and directed healing. It simply needs to flow from your heart space into theirs. Does that help?
Yes, very much so. Beautiful. Another question, Spirit. A state of being is challenging. The programming or conditioning that we have to plan and save money for the future and live in a 9 to 5 world is changing. I know trust is part of it, but can you expand on the purpose of being and how that provides manifestation or magnetizing our needs?
So that is not one question. That is multiple questions about multiple different things. As we connect with the energy behind that question, it once again comes from a place of fear or uncertainty. But again, you must understand that there is programs playing out here in this beautiful world of yours that is about you needing to choose whether you will surrender back into fear or whether you will choose to surrender into love. This energy of money that your world seems to have been built around so much, it is not that the money holds power over you. It is that you have given the money the power over you. Money is simply an energy, and there is a need to understand that. Yes, you are in changing times, but the changes that come within your money situations that you may find yourselves in are simply the development, the result of times you have walked through when you have not respected that energy, when you have not valued that energy and not seen it as something that is a tool to love and to use with love. It is about appreciation, it is about respect, and it is about honoring the energy of money, just as it is about honoring any energy on this planet, this earth, this world that you find yourselves on right now. Does that help?
Very much so. I'm sensing the energy shifted again, and this is not Michael anymore. I'm enjoying how the energy shifts and each one comes through. We are honored for that, Spirit.
It is our honor to be here with you, for we enjoy our time spent together.
Mm.
We say time, but we do not have time. We use this word for your understanding of the experience that we are in right
Mm. Based on these previous words you just spoke, Spirit, how do we manifest easily?
by releasing the need to have what it is that you are wishing to manifest. For when you do have this need, you have this attachment, and that activates part of the mind program that has you believe that things cannot be well, things cannot be good if you do not have what it is that you want. There is a need to lose what we affectionately call the toddler brain within you, who feels and demands to have such things in order to feel as if they are whole. The truth is you are whole, and there is this real need to understand that if you lose the attachment that you have to these things that you wish to manifest, then these things will come to be. It is simply about loving and enjoying the process, the understanding that everything is coming to you. It is only yourself that blocks its flow. You came here to have everything that you could possibly desire that will align you to the healing, the clearing, the shifting, and this journey that we all come together to be on in order for the release of the old vibrational energy from this earth. You are here to help this earth shift its energy, or rather shift her energy, for she is seen as the female divine of the Creator. This is why women are given the role of birthing the new spirit, the new souls onto this earth, because the earth itself, the physical form, is female. Do you know of these things?
Mm.
It is simply the male energy that has used over time the mind vibration. And that was also not quite the plan that we had, but it is part of the divine plan that was at play. And there is this need to understand, therefore, that you are here as part of the reclaiming of the energy that should be here on this earth. So therefore, this is why understand that you must learn to tap into the female divine energy if you wish to manifest something physical here in this earth. It is simply about what you feel, is what you manifest. You understand?
Yes, Spirit. Beautiful words. Spirit, how can we heal ourselves when we have been holding on to grief for so many years?
There is a need to understand that the grief that you feel is of a man-made feel, as in the grief is real, and that grief sits in the vibration of love. However, what the mind grieves is the feeling of loss. So there is this need to understand that while you sit in the energy of grief, it is very restricting on your ability to manifest all other things, as it were, through the vibration of love, because grief has such a depth to it. So there is such a deepness within it. And actually, it is a hugely powerful energy. And there is a need to understand that if you change your perspective on grief as it is not this sort of negative thing that the mind would have you believe you should hold on to and hold on to in a space of fear, but it is in fact a huge portal of love that you are sat in, then actually grief can be an activator for huge shifts in your lives. This is why when you experience a loss of a loved one, so many of you choose to go out and do something with your lives, because you have this huge understanding of the significance of life, the significance of love, because so many of you need to experience that grief in order to truly value the love. So therefore, if you find yourself sat in love, understand it is simply your perception on it that needs to shift, because it is not a negative experience. It is a positive one. However, you have allowed the mind to hold you in a space that it is negative. It is hard and it is difficult. How can it be difficult to love? It is simply that you are focusing on the loss that lies within the experience and not on the love that lies within the experience. Does that help?
Mhm. It sure does. Beautiful answer. Spirit, this next question is about light language. She's wondering if we can all speak it and how many languages are there?
We wish to share with you that there are 24 beings, and that each of those beings come from different places in time. But they are all at the same time from the same energy. It is rather like you having your accents. So think of it this way. Some of them are living in one part of your world and speaking with one accent. Some are living in another and speaking with that accent. You understand? But the light language really does come through from the Palladian and the Arcturian, for that is their pure language. So the majority of what you hear here on this earth as light language is the variance of dialects within those beings. Does that help?
Yes, that was clear. I sense, Spirit, that you already knew these questions before we even thought of them through this beautiful connection.
Always.
And it has truly been an honor. If you would care to share us with some final words or anything you wish to share, we'll be very grateful and humbled.
We first must communicate that we too find these moments together most beautiful as well. For there is a great union of energy here as you come together. And we wish to thank you for your own work within that union of energy. But what we wish to share to those who come to listen is that your greatest strength lies in the truth of who you are. It does not come in facing challenges as such. It comes through feeling through the challenges. The mind has you believe that you must face and understand your fears and your challenges that you will now walk through. And yes, we are saying that you will walk through challenges. Of course you will walk through challenges. There is a need to lose the ego state that believes that you should not. Of course you will walk through challenges. It is the only way for you to release the power of the mind. So we ask of you for instead to be moving forwards, stepping back into yourself, as in to reconnect with the truth of who you are. That is where your greatest strength and your greatest understanding lies. And there is this need to know that everything you need to know lies there. It is not in the thoughts of the mind. There are a number of you here, I count two, who actually are kind of confused in the understanding that the voice that you are hearing is the voice of your soul. The truth is, it is the voice of the mind. You must understand that everything is felt. The truth of who you are is something to be felt and not necessarily something to understand. It is simply something to lean into, to trust, and to allow yourself to change every cell of your being to represent that truth, your true being. There are some of you sat here watching this who are Arcturian as well, you understand. And there is a need to lose the mind's need to understand. This one here would use the expression, the ins and outs of a duck's arse. Is that not funny? we like that. That's funny. But anyway, we digress. There is a need for you to lose the need to understand all the details of everything, of the earths, the various earths that you have walked on, and instead just surrender into the experience and the moment you are in, which comes through being in connection with your truest self, rather than needing to understand who that is, who they are, who they have been. For it is all simply imprints of the truth of who you are. So therefore, if you tap more into the truth of who you are through your meditations, your journaling, your connection, whatever, your art. Someone here is of a wonderful art vibration as well. There is a need to connect into all of that and know yourself through that, rather than choosing to know yourself through the mind's connection to self. The two are connected. Of course they are connected. For the self cannot connect here on this earth without the connection to the mind. However, there is a need to learn to not listen to the mind and instead listen to the self. And that is done not through the ears, but through the heart space and your solar plexus. There is a need to feel what lies within and ensure that the higher heart vibration is open within that connection also. For you cannot communicate fully unless your higher heart is open in vibration as well as the throat vibration. You understand? We wish you well. But we do not need to wish you well, for you are well. So we rejoice in the wellness that lies within you, and we encourage each and every one of you to tap into that wellness. Then you will not be worrying about such things as money, status, being accepted for what you are, because none of these things matter when you know the truth of who you are. We wish you a very beautiful time on this earth, and we wish only to support you in your journey to that. And as we say, through that.
We're humbled and grateful, Spirit. I'm going to just give a few moments now to take her time, just detaching from that beautiful blend of spirit energy. Take your time. This is always the hardest part for the medium, to come back to this dense reality of ours. I hate coming back. If I could stay in the trance state 24 hours a day, I would. But we still have a life to live and lessons to learn and a journey. Welcome back, Sammy. You could drink your water and come back. You guys can unmute and say whatever you want.
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Who showed up then?
The beauty is this time when they switched, I felt a little tingle, and I knew they switched. I could hear I was watching you, the voices changed. So I asked them, and I got three different names, and one of them, they don't want to say their name. I said, "This isn't Michael. You switched," but they cut me off and talked about something else. I definitely counted four came through. And it was nice is the last one ended with the one who started again. I
The
forgot
last
his
one, what?
name.
Sorry? The last one, what? Sorry?
The first one that started, he ended. The first spirit that came in, he ended it. But the ones in between alternated. It was very cool to watch and pick up on that. Did you all pick up on the differences too?
Yeah.
It was very, very cool. Anybody want to say, Fia, do you want to say something, Fia?
Oh, darling, that was amazing.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sweetheart. That was so,
Hello.
that was so beautiful and so amazing and otherworldly. That
Was
was
it?
incredible. Yeah.
I'll
Thank you.
watch it back. Sorry.
It was good. It was good. Real good.
Beautiful. Really, really
I feel
beautiful.
awful because it's like, oh, what are you talking about? So sorry, I feel awful, but it's like, I appreciate though. I do appreciate, and my people,
Yeah.
my team appreciate. I know that, as in, when I say appreciate, it's just love. I'm just in a bubble of love, and I will continue to be now. So. And
Do
I
you want
can
to
feel that love. Do you get what I mean? I can feel
Yeah,
the love. I can
100%.
feel. I kind of, when I come out of it, as I come into my physical form, I feel I can feel the exchange of love. Does that make sense? I can pick up on it. Yeah.
Would you like to
Gorgeous.
share with us, Sam, where you go, what's your process, and how do you detach and let them speak and not bring your mind back? Can you want to share that with
What
us?
my chair thing I do. Is that what
What
you're
is that?
referring to?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something that they can understand.
How it works for me and the spirit, my team themselves trained me to do this. And then Nico's helped me just get rid of my need to check everything is right. But anyway, there you go. That's an old version of me. So basically what happens for me, because I'm incredibly visual in everything, so I go into a process of bringing, I fill the entire being with light, the physical body with light, I mean by that, sorry. And then I take myself off and I go on a beach. Even in evidential, there's always been a desk on the beach. And my great grandmother, who's taught me everything I know, she sits in, I mean, she looks Victorian, but she's not, she's Romany, but she sits at the desk and she asks me, what have I come for? And so basically I then tell her, well, I then walk behind the desk. And as I step behind the desk, I step into what I call a kaleidoscope. Do you remember them? The twisty kaleidoscope things. And as I step into that kaleidoscope, all of my team then appear in what I'll call physical form, because it's the best way to do it. It's a descriptive. They all come in and appear in physical form. And then I have a chair. There's a chair in the middle. In order for me to do as I'm told, quite frankly, there's a chair, because we had a bit of a tussle with this. There's a chair. There's a chair, because I'm a stubborn bitch. I am a stubborn person, and so there is a chair in the middle of the kaleidoscope, which they're all stood in. There is a chair. She stands behind the chair, and she makes me sit on the chair. I say make, I do it willingly, really. She makes me sit on the chair, and then basically, what we found is the easiest way for me to do it is a bit Whoopi Goldberg, is for them to. They come in, they stand in front of me, and they literally sit in me. That's my best description.
Very cool.
Does that help? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, yeah. And how do you keep your mind there and not coming back to hear what they're saying and, take charge and gain control again? Because this is what I find with a lot of mediums is the difficulty of relinquishing control and just trusting. Is it because of trust? Because you build a beautiful trust and love with them? Is that why?
Yeah, I just totally trust them.
Yeah.
And what I find is, to be honest with you, if I trust them, it's better than if I trust myself. In this scenario, well, actually in a lot of scenarios, but it's like, I know the only time I'm aware of being in this is when there's a change of who is communicating. Because I channel Joshua, which is a collective. They call themselves Joshua, but there's many beings within that. So the only thing that I am aware of is when it mixes. And what I mean by that is when I'm changing from one of the communicators to another, not one being to another. So, and the reason why I know that is because while I'm like floating in in love. I'm like a jellyfish in the ocean. I'm just floating in this love vibration, and then I'll suddenly go, "Oh, I'm back on the chair. Oh, back again." That's my best description. Sorry, I'm very like very visual, like I said.
Very cool.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, very good. Nice description.
Yeah. So
John,
so I'm just kind of like la 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 la, floating in my la la land, and then I go, "Oh, I'm being told to sit on the chair again." So I sit on the chair. And I'm saying this, but it's like I'm saying it like I spend a 10-minute in that process, but it's not. It's literally seconds. It's seconds. Does that make sense?
yeah, very cool. John, you unmuted. You say something, John? You unmuted?
Hi, Sam.
Hello, John. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks. I must say that was amazing. I've known you for
Thank
a
you.
little while now, but that was something else. Yeah.
I've come out the trance closet. I had a client today, and I said, "I've come out the closet." What? I said, "Oh no, I'm still straight. I'm still straight." Oh my God, this whole conversation's going in the wrong direction. But no, I've come out the trance closet because, oh God, for forever, I've had it all going on, but not allowed them to speak.
Yeah.
But in the last 12 months, they've gone, right, we've had enough of this now. Bang.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was good. Beautiful connection.
Thank you, John.
Anybody else, anything final they want to say to Sam as we're approaching our time? Yeah, then unmute. Go ahead.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, that was very
Unmute.
profound. Oh,
Was it?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, extremely profound. It was
That's
amazing.
bizarre. It shows that she's muted still. Interesting.
I can hear her though, so it's
Oh, now
fine.
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay, good. So my question is, do you still feel a sense of connection even though you have disconnected from them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can go about your day. Yeah.
I don't know how much you know, but I spend my days working as a healer and a spiritual coach, and everything I do is channeled. So it's like before here, I was at my premises, and I was doing a trance voice healing. So someone else just got all this one-to-one whilst lying on the couch in a trance healing voice healing session. So it's my normal state. In all honesty, it's my normal state. So I am constantly in channeling, even in my sleep, quite honestly, just while I live alone, because God knows what they'd go through. But it's just I've been like this since a child. So it's really natural to me. I don't really know any different. Does that make sense, Anna? So it's like I'm in constant communication. If you
I guess my question was
in an hour's time, I'll be sat here watching TV and I'll be chatting away, and you'll think, "Who the fuck's she talking to?" I'm literally like I would have been in past lives Looney Tune bin. 100%.
If I can add to that, Dana, they're always connected. We always have this connection going on with the higher self on our spirit team. When you shift your awareness to that in trance or evidential, you're learning to shift your awareness. That's not new.
No.
Shifting your awareness is new because we got into the habit of detaching through this lifetime.
Yeah.
That we forget. But when you shift your awareness more than once and it's a repeated thing, your awareness of consciousness is always with them. So that's when you feel them around you. You can still feel the energy around you. I could even feel the energy of a team because they were connecting and all that. So I can still feel the little remnants of them. So they're always, because now you shifted your awareness and now you know what to look for. If you don't know how to shift your awareness, you wouldn't know what to look for, and you're always going to feel this distance. That's why I believe trance is the best, purest communication that we should all do to just understand that awareness of them around us.
Okay.
I've got given that because, I mean, even the word trance isn't right for it because it's not. that implies you go off and you do something. It's not. It's just being it's just being your own vibration. And so what I got given recently by my team is that we are all going to be like this because this is how it will be, because the new humanoid, as I affectionately call it, their word they gave me is humanoid, is telepathic. So and we are the only, I'll use the word species or being, whatever you want to call it, that has a mouth. My whole team have no mouths.
Oh, interesting.
They're not of this world. They're not human form. They don't have mouths. I'm the only one with the mouth. That's probably an in-house joke there. But anyway, I'm the only one with the mouth. They're all telepathic. And what I'm being shown is that is where we're heading. That as in everyone will be, it's all telepathic communication.
And that's how we're going to connect to the aliens on this planet when they arrive, the telepathic communication. How cool is that?
It's all going on anyway. Who do you think you just watched? Who do you think you just listened to?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Anybody else, anything else want to say? Chime in? That's it. Sam? We'll bring it back to you.
Thank you for giving me the space to do what I do. Well, we do, I should say. They're buzzing at that. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted because I they're like behind me. I don't know what's going on. It's like, what are you doing? Can you feel it, Nico? I
totally feel it. All the tingling.
But they're like this behind me, and I don't know. Like, oh my God, you will stop.
Julia, did you unmute? Did you want to say something? Okay. Yeah, enjoy that.
Thank you.
Enjoy that buzz. It's a beautiful buzz.
It's like they got something to tell me.
Must need a gin, Sam.
Oh God, no! Can you imagine applying alcohol? No. No, it's always a joy. It's always a joy to do. So I'm happy to do it. I'm very happy to do it. And my daughter's in another room, and she said, "Oh, you're doing that? Oh, that's scary." I was like, "No, it's not." Then she proceeded to tell me how she got scared at work. But I was like, "Yeah." As I always say to everyone, it's the living that will do you more harm. But for me, I just don't have any fear, because I think because I've been around my team, as in aware of my team for so long, I just don't have any fear of them. And so because of that, I have such a deep sense of trust for them, with them. So it's relatively easy for me to just give over the reins, as it were, for however long. How long was I under?
40 minutes?
Okay. It's about
40, 42, on there.
Yeah, it's the normal. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I hope you've all enjoyed, and I say thank you for sharing space with me. Thank you for bringing your energy. My team love all that. I know they do. And you know where I am. I'm going to stop the recording. I must stop the recording because